Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. That's why I'm wearing green here. Although it's not a very happy St. Patrick's Day for those in New York City. And here's why. Because of Mayor Zero Mumsdummy, one of the biggest con artists, the biggest fraud that I've ever seen foisted upon New York City. Now, I've said time and time again that most people actually voted for this crap, so they really should have known better, and you can't feel sorry for them. But you know something? You can feel sorry for those who did not vote for this garbage, this socialism shit. You really can't feel sorry. You can feel sorry for them because they wanted no part of it. They just wanted New York City to be as it was, as it used to be. Yeah, until this Islamic cleric socialist came along from whatever country he came from. Where is he from? Uganda? Yeah. Well, basically, he turned New York into little Uganda. He turned it into New Yorkistan, as I have mentioned before, with the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day, beginning at 5 in the morning. And you know what? Fox Noise has said very, very little about this whole thing. They have not said a damn thing about it because they're too damned afraid. And obviously, during the Obama and during the Biden years, you couldn't say anything derogatory against Islam because, ooh, you were Islamophobic if you did that. And we can't have that. You can't be Islamophobic. You can be Christophobic and you can hate the Jews all you want. But God forbid you say anything derogatory about Islam. Well, you know what? While Fox Noise may not have the backbone or the testicular fortitude to do it, I'm glad that somebody at Newsmax actually did. And I'm going to play you that clip right now because you're going to look at a woman with lady balls, a reporter who actually stated the truth about radical Islam. Take a look.
Just like in the days after 9/11, we are back to Muslims across the country crying about Islamophobia. It's everywhere. How dare we be afraid of radical Islam? Why in the world would anyone be Islamophobic?
Well, I always have been. I hate Islam.
Where is that? No, that's not Iraq. It's not Afghanistan. That's Times Square. A few days ago, the crossroads of the world, the place where the ball drops New Year's Eve, which, by the way, would be a violation of Sharia law, playing music and celebrating, if it were anywhere in the Muslim world. Never before have we witnessed a scene like that in the middle of America's largest city. So why would that make some non-Muslims uncomfortable? Why would normal, everyday Americans who just want to go to work and then go home to their families think a scene like that is somewhat threatening? Because no other religion puts the world under constant threat of death and destruction like Islam. Quotes from the Quran repeatedly call for bloodshed. Kill the idolaters wherever you find them. Kill the Jews. Kill the infidels. Right now, we're seeing the results of this once again in cities and small towns across the United States. And of course, as always, the inspiration is the perception of the Western world attacking Islam.
This is why I think you should all subscribe to Newsmax. Forget about Fox Noise. They're not strong enough. They present the baby talk news. They're chicken shit news. But this is exactly why I think Newsmax is much better, and why, if you don't have Newsmax, you ought to call your cable company and subscribe to them right now and say, hey, I want Newsmax because Fox Noise really sucks, and they're often afraid to take on this issue. Good for this Newsmax reporter. She actually stated the truth, something fixin' that Fox Noise was afraid to do, which was state the truth about radical Islam. They are a death cult, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want to assimilate to our way of life. They want you to assimilate to their way of life, which is basically death, which means they will either kill you or convert you, and that's their end game. That's their ultimate goal. But, of course, many on the left don't seem to understand that. Oh, we got to be tolerant towards radical Islam. They're not that radical. They're actually friendly. We love them, and we should love everyone because they'll love us back. Bullshit! I don't think they'll ever love you back. Besides, you liberals, everything that you want, everything that you believe, everything that you champion, that runs complete contrast and is an anathema to what the radical Islam believes. I mean, you people and your queers for Palestine, your nonsense, you people don't even recognize that gays are the first people who would be pushed off rooftops if radical Islam, God forbid, took over the world. You're not thinking about that. You're also not considering the fact that they wouldn't want any music of any kind played in Times Square except for their Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. But you're not considering that. You liberals don't have any think tank left. I mean, back in the carefree Clinton days, you let it all hang out, man. I apologize for my allergies. It's just that time of year. But you let it all hang out, man. And then, of course, everyone just dismissed you as lunatic fringe. But now we see what you people truly are. You are the radical left-wing extremist fringe that want to destroy this country and destroy everything that makes America wonderful, because you're just inviting your own death. By allowing radical Islam to just come into your cities, you have just written your own death notice.
We proclaim our support for the Islamic Republic. Shame, shame, USA!
Fuck you. Violating the noise ordinance.
Targeting of the leader only strengthens. Stop breaking the law, asshole!
You know what that was? That was the rally at Times Square, complete with the Muslim call to prayer. And you idiots on the left don't see any problem with this? I don't understand you people. I really do not understand you. I mean, this is St. Patrick's Day, so you would think that the Irish would be marching along Fifth Avenue today. But they're not going to be doing that because of the Muslim call to prayer that, honestly, you won't allow anyone to march in New York City except for your precious Islamists. That's all you want marching in Times Square, because they want to take over. They've already taken over England. They've already taken over France and Germany and probably Australia. What more do I even need to fucking say at this point? You people, you just invited your own death sentence. I mean, you signed your own death warrant, and I hope you guys are happy about that, because you got to learn what kind of people these people are. They're not friendly to you. They want to cut your head off. Just watch this.
By God, if we chase the Jews from Palestine and the Holy Temple, and they don't surrender to Islam, even if they go to the end of the world, we shall chase them and kill them. And then we will call all Christians to
Welcome
Islam.
to 7-Eleven.
This is the only
Thank
religion of
you, come
compassion.
again.
I advise my fighting brothers to continue killing the Jews to the last one.
We do not like life, we divorce the world, and we built our afterlife.
They don't like life. They built their own afterlife, and they want you dead. Do you understand that? They don't care if you're conservative or liberal. They don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat. They don't care if you're gay or straight, black or white. They want you fucking dead. And somehow you schmucks on the left, you vermin on the left fail to understand that somehow. I don't get you people. I really don't. Liberalism truly is a mental disorder if they're inviting their own deaths to this country. They're inviting the very people who would cut their heads off or convert them. Have they forgotten about Nicholas Berg? Have they forgotten about a whole host of other people who have been beheaded by radical Islam? Did they just forget about that somehow? I think they did. And you know what? I doubt this video will make it to YouTube, because they don't like it when you talk bad about radical Islam, unless, of course, you're kowtowing or you're just not getting to the very heart of the matter. I said take a look, but remember, this is their mission statement. This is what they firmly believe.
And this is why Imam Khomeini, who declared the International Day of Quds, this is why he would say to pour
Like to
all
stick
of
a
your
grenade in
chants
his
and
dick.
all of your shouts upon the head of America. Shut up! Shut up!
How about death to you, you Islamic pig? How about death to you and your because you're such a waste of space? And peace to America. How about that? How about I just throw a grenade up your butthole? How'd you like that one, you schmucks? Yeah, you Hitlers and headscarves. All of you. That's what you people are. You are essentially Hitlers and headscarves. You are essentially the enemy that we are trying to combat. And you're doing this as a reaction, not just to Iran, but as a reaction to our culture, a reaction to the freedoms that America has or used to have, until many cities like New York and like New Yorkistan fell victim to radical Islam, like the aforementioned Paterson, New Jersey from a few videos back. And, well, what else should I say? What else is there to say? These people don't want to be your friends. Eugene, you shouldn't try to understand them because they don't want to understand you, and they will not assimilate to our way of life. They want you either assimilated to their way of death or cut your head off. It's really that simple, liberals, but make the choice. Life in absolute tyranny or death without a head. It's up to you to make the call. But quite frankly, on this St. Patrick's Day, when we're supposed to be celebrating the Irish, you choose to celebrate radical Islam. You choose death over life. That is how mentally insane you are. This has been the Robozoid saying, I hope you have learned something from this video. And if you did, well, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, both on Rumble and YouTube. If this video makes YouTube, you will know about it because they'll do everything to censor this, even though I never used the term CJ at one point. But you know what that means. Let's just leave it at saying, they're all a bunch of camel-humping heathens. And that'll be about that, okay? So, yeah, learn from this video. Radical Islam is the enemy of the world. They want to cut your damned head off. But it's up to him, but only you can stop that by arming yourselves with the truth. This has been the Robozoid. Be here or be absolutely nowhere.